and I am here with another Color Craze combination for you guys today. This is the combination that Janet Fritz and I have chosen for today, and I'm also playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Series 13. This sketch right here was designed by Cheryl Ashcraft, and I absolutely love this sketch and all the things going on this sketch. So here's a closer look at the combination. This is the design. It was designed for Fiddle Dee Designs, but it was also designed for Series 13, Christy's Beautiful Life. And it shows the designer's name down at the bottom as well. I'm going to be using these thickers here from Storyteller. Now, Cheryl Ashcraft is a digital designer. And so the look that she gives all of her layouts is phenomenal. So this sketch definitely spoke to me because she put in a bunch of little doodads and whatnots, and the details is what drew my eye to this. All right, so from Pretty Little Studio, I picked out a bunch of labels and tags and things. I'm also going to fussy cut out a few more flowers from this Altenew washi roll. I have this uber old rivet set. I'm not even sure what company. I'm looking for the company. I don't know. That one up in the corner, maybe? I'm not sure. I got this at a yard sale from a scrapbook company in a town that I was visiting. Yeah, it was weird. So everything was on sale. This is photos of my dad and his twin sister, my aunt. And then from 49 in Market, I have the film strips from Nature Study. So I plan on using a few of them, just maybe mostly these little brown ones, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use that brown one down there to accent one of the photos. I don't know that yet. I did pick out a couple papers because I wasn't sure exactly my thought process on this whole layout just yet, but I'm thinking of matting my photos on this tone-on-tone blue. And then I'm thinking about making my circles out of this blue on blue stripe and using this beautiful birch with the heart carved into it as my background. Now this came from a paper pack, but I don't know if it was a Die Cuts with a View paper pack. I know the paper pack was called Just Wood. And I've had several pieces and stragglers left over. All right, so I'm going to pull out my giant circle cutter from Creative Memories, and I had to borrow a white piece of cardstock from my friend Janet. Yes, I did. We are at a retreat, and she is sitting next to me, and I brought her an entire pack of cardstock, and I think by the end of the retreat, I ended up using all of it. So I was trying to preserve some of the white cardstock in case I needed it later for another layout I wanted to work on. So I was going to gut out the center because you're not going to see it. And I am very heavily inking the edge of my circle so I get that dark brown. I was actually kind of going for the grayish that's in the upper section of the of our color combination. But then I realized that I went dark brown instead, which I think matches my background a little bit better. Like I said, I am at a retreat, so if my hands do some weird things, it's probably because I'm visiting with people. This retreat is pretty big, and so there's a lot of people that don't realize that you're recording. They never look up. They only look down and, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, where'd you get this? It's one of those things. It's fabulous being at a retreat. All right, so I went ahead and outlined my circle with the white cardstock that I turned brown. And then I'm going to go ahead and shrink my photos because I realized after I had print them in 4x6, which is my go-to format, that if I put them all the way across the page, then you won't really see the you wouldn't really see the design of the layout. So I'm also trying to keep my aunt's hands in one of the photos. So I made it a little bit taller just because I like how they interact with each other and whatnot. It's just, they're adorable. They really are. Sad to say my aunt has passed away since these photos. So yes, this is one of those hard things to scrapbook, but as soon as I saw the color combination and these photos and everything, it was, you know, like it was meant to be type of thing. So their shirts match beautifully with the color combination. I mean, everything. Yeah, it worked out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and place my photos down so that way I know how much of the circle I want or need. So I'm just trying to get a feel. I am replacing that large journaling block that Cheryl has added to her sketch with one of the photos. So instead of having a bunch of small little photos, I'm going to have 3 large photos, and then just basically ignore that huge block of journaling, because you guys know me, I barely put the dates on my photos and whatnot. And part of that is, even though you guys aren't seeing me scrapbook chronologically, when I go to put all of my items back in their albums, which is roughly right after I'm done taking photos of them for, for social media purposes, they go in my albums chronologically. I've already got my albums all set up and ready to go. I already have my blurb of journaling ready to go. Sometimes I just write that same blurb on the back of my layout. Sometimes I do a QR code and this is my blurb, because I've already talked a lot about what's going on in the photos for my YouTube channel. So not everything has to be the written word down on paper. I just feel like I want to use my layouts to create with, instead of fill up with a bunch of words and then people are trying to read everything that's on the page instead of just looking at, the photos and making their own words, coming up with what they saw that day and whatnot. So I don't know. It's just my outlook on, the journaling aspect of scrapbooking, which is technically, some people would say that's where it started, was to, put the blurb down and say the words, because they won't be remembered later. I get that, and my words are there. They're just not part of my layout. They're just not part of my designs. So they are there. They're just there in secret. So if my kids ever tore apart the layouts or whatnot, they would be able to see the words or the QR codes, if the QR codes even work years from now. Who knows? All right, so I went and fussy cut out some more of these washi flowers. I love these rolls of washi from Altenew. Now I have, when they first come out, and I mean when they first come out, as in this is our new set of washi rolls, you can buy them in a bundle, and it's way cheaper than trying to buy 1 or 2 at a time, but it depends on if you like them or not. So I do have to say that when I buy them in the bundle, I usually only keep so many and then gift out all the rest. That's just what I like to do, what I personally like to do when it comes to, buying in bundles. I take what I purposely bought for the bundle and then turn around and, share the rest of them, at a crop or as table gifts, things like that. So, or as birthday gifts, just share when I see a bundle, especially if they're originally, let's say, $13 and I can get them at $10. So even though I didn't like all of them, now I have gifts to give out. So that's just how I see bundles that I don't really like all of. Sorry, sorry for those friends that got the, my leftovers. But it's the thought that counts, right? I love sharing my products. I really do. That's one of the reasons why I like to do giveaways on my YouTube channel. I just love to share. That's the reason why I started my store. Everything is to share what I love, and this allows me to do that. All right, so at this point, because of the fact that I changed up the photos a little bit, I used the design of these circles, And then I definitely could have brought that larger circle in a little bit more in the center. I did not realize until like right now how close Cheryl put her two circles. I had no clue. I definitely could have done that a little bit more, but I do kind of like seeing most of that birch bark being seen in my background. I definitely thought it was an interesting stripe instead of the very large stripes that Cheryl has chosen. I'm trying to pick and choose which labels from this Pretty Little Studio Grateful Heart collection that I want to try to use up. All I have left over from this collection, in all honesty, are these little teeny tiny bits and pieces. I mean, microscopic pieces. I've got labels and a little bit of leaves left, things like that. Not a whole lot left, and certainly no more paper. All right, and then I am going to cover up that pink heart because it has no business being on my layouts. I love this monochromatic with a little bit of brown instead of, normally when I do monochromatic, I bring in blacks and grays. But I do love this addition of the two different browns that I have brought in. I did get the two film strips on there that I wanted to use. And lastly, I'm going to try to figure out these rivets. Now, I am not going to say I'm an expert. I'm not going to say that I like or love or dislike these, but they are on the bulky side. Because they're a snap almost, but they're called a rivet, but they're really a snap. So you put a hole in the page and then you snap the two pieces together. No tools required is the songbird of these specific items. They're antique, you guys. I don't even know how old I've had them. But I do have to say that I wasn't impressed with how bulky they are. So I might go and see if I can, like an eyelet, smush down that bulk and not use the back snap part. But to get my layout home, I am going to snap on the back, and they're that simple. I poked a hole. I had to have it a little bit bigger, so I used my scissors, and I snapped the two pieces. Other than poking the hole, no tools were required to do this. But I do want to take my layout home and try to flatten the back because that is bulky, like a lot bulky. In the back of my page. And what is that going to do with the paper behind it, like the layout behind it? So, and can I put foam behind it to cover it up and make it a really super thick layout? I probably could. I definitely could. I probably could add a thicker cardstock behind it if I really wanted to keep my rivets, but then I felt like it was going to be bulky and wavy and just all sorts of stuff, you guys. So yeah, I'm going to try with one of the four that I have left over to see if I can't squish them. And then if not, I will keep you informed on what I end up doing. But for right now, because I'm at a retreat and I don't have the tools that are not required, I am going to go ahead and use the snaps. Now here I'm going through 3 pieces of paper, and the snap does not work very well when you are trying to put it through 3 pieces of paper, and then you've got all that bulk of the paper poking out. So the snap didn't go on very well. So I do end up having to fussy around it, cut around it, do all sorts of stuff to get it to stay on there. And I cut it out so it looked like it was a seamless, oh, she got it. I didn't. I had to fuss with it quite a bit. All right, you guys, so that is my layout. My dad and his twin sister, it's Alan and Aline. I love these two. So anyways, I'm glad we got these photos because, yeah, just a couple weeks after these photos were taken, she passed away. So I'm super glad that we got these photos when we did, and we got to spend the summer with her, actually. So that was fun, too. All right, that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to check out the bazillion links that I have down below. One is for Janet's YouTube channel for Color Craze, and then the other 2 are for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Series 13. One is for the YouTube playlist, so that way you guys can just go click on it and hit play and then watch everybody's layouts. And then the last one is the Facebook group. If you guys haven't joined us over on Facebook, there are thousands of sketches over there. Christy does this 3 times a year and has been doing it. Well, let me do the math. Nope, I can't do the math that fast. All right, and then the last link that I have, which I don't think I ever talk about, is my link. It is a link tree, and basically what it is a, how do I say it? It's a, it's a one link for multiple links. Yeah, that's the best way. So if you guys are looking at, for my Pinterest board, I've got my Pinterest link on there. I have my YouTube link, my Instagram link, my website link, if you guys want to check out my shop, anything like that. So yeah, I guess I don't talk about that very much either. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.